Hi, welcome to my tutorial. I'm going to show you today how to cover a cake with fondant and achieve a sharp edge. Dust your work surface well, knead your fondant and roll it out. Keep turning your fondant so it doesn't stick to your work surface, and keep rolling until you have the size that you require. If you have any air pockets, then pop them with a pin going in at a slight angle and keep rolling. Smooth your fondant over and lift and place on top of your cake. This cake is 7 inches wide and 5 inches deep. Use your smoother around the top and start to attach the fondant. All the way round. You would have applied some sugar syrup or water to your ganache or frosting buttercream base on top of your sponge cake before applying the fondant. Keep lifting your fondant as you go and keep tapping it down with your hand. Doing this gently, you don't want to overstretch the fondant. Keep moving the whole way around your cake. Keep lifting and pushing back down again. You need to be a little patient with this sometimes. The deeper the cake, the harder it can be. Now we're going to remove the excess around the bottom of the cake with a fondant knife. You don't need to be too neat at this point. We just want to remove the excess. Keep patting it down to make sure that it's attached to your cake. You can see we've got quite a few creases and marks where we've been touching it with our hands. So we're going to go around with 2 smoothers. Keep trimming as you go. This may require a little amount of work and some patience. Continue to neaten up the bottom of your cake as you go. It doesn't matter how long you take when you do this. Just keep going until you're happy. Now, as you can see, there's a few marks and creases as you go around. The smoothers don't always completely take these away. This is where the acetates are perfect for erasing away the final creases or any cracks that you may have on the fondant on your cake. So this again requires a little patience. Keep going around. As you're rubbing the fondant, it warms it up and helps it move around, and the cracks and any creases will disappear. So you can see we have one here. I'm going to rub this with my acetate. Now, I made these myself. I bought some sewing template online. You can buy sets of them. Sometimes there's a number of acetates in a set. I only ever use 2. I've never needed more than that. I have one larger one and one smaller one, and that's the beauty of making my own. I was able to just cut them to the size that I wanted. You can also trim the bottom of your cake with your acetates too. Now we're going to give your cake a sharp edge. I've come in a little closer, so hopefully you can see what we're doing here. So I placed the larger one on top and the smaller one at the bottom. I'm going to show you a couple of different ways. So nice and simple, you don't need to rub hard. You can see the difference here. So just that small section, one on top, and what you need to do is place the smaller one all the way up so you can feel the top of the acetate that's on the side of the cake touching the bottom of the acetate that's on the top. So just continuing all the way round. And you can see the edge sharpening up. Keep going. You want to go the whole way around the top of your cake. I'm a little fussy. Sometimes I can keep going and going with this, but you don't want to overwork the fondant. You don't want to make any marks on it or create any air pockets. Now sometimes it's quite nice, some people like to use a smoother on top of their acetate because this gives a nice firm edge. So I've just shown the quick demo there. Or what you do is you place the two together and just give a slight small pinch. So rather than a lot of rubbing. Hopefully you can see that sharp edge there that's been achieved by using the acetates. So here we go again. As you can see, I'm just slightly pinching the edge. This is another way of achieving the sharp edge. Everyone has their own preference, and with experience you'll learn which one is yours. Here's a cake I made a number of years back with the round edge. I always think the sharp edge cake makes the cake look taller and gives it a nice modern and contemporary look. You can find a video on how to prepare the base of the cake before applying the fondant. This is done with chocolate ganache. You can also achieve with a buttercream finish, but I do prefer the chocolate ganache. I have a tutorial on my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.